The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains. On your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening round of the Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and it's presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. It says as an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. About 7 minutes and counting away from the fourth and final game here tonight on this Monday night in the boys section of the bracket as Tonganoxie gets ready to host and take on the Bonner Springs Braves. And I'm Dylan Funk here tonight, again joined by my old broadcast partner, John Rushko. Partners, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Dylan. Great to be back here for the Tongie Invitational. Had a blast last year. You're kind of getting the experience a little bit different than as I shared last year. It's a little bit different than when I grew up. We didn't really have these tournament breaks in the middle of the season, but it's awesome. Teams getting a chance in most cases to see competition that they wouldn't otherwise see. Obviously, not so much with Tongie and Bonner. As soon as I say that, Tongie and Bonner meeting up at the first round. They met again last year. They're just a stone's throw away from each other, figuratively. But again, winner of this game will advance to take on Holton on Thursday night. So it is a chance to play some new opposition, and obviously the loser will take on Metro Academy. Both of those schools that neither team has faced regularly. It should be good opportunity to see some new talent and face some new opposition.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of get some. The thing that I love most about this tournament is you have some familiar faces, but also some fresh and new faces every single year. And like John had just mentioned, the game right before us, Metro Academy and Holton going down to the wire. Holton escaping, though, with a mere victory, 48-45. So they move on to the winner's circle. Two other games before today at 3, Eudora took on Jeff West. They won 61-24, and then Wamego and DeSoto faced off. DeSoto, the Wildcats, winning that one 65-44. So Eudora and DeSoto set to square off again Thursday at 6 o'clock. Personally, I think that's going to be a really great game between those two. Kind of looking forward to that. And then Holton will face the winner of this game right here, Tonganoxie or Bonner, Thursday night at 7:30. While the loser of this game, they'll go and face Metro Academy Thursday at 4:30, moving into that earlier slot. And then the other game on Thursday at 3 o'clock, Jeff West and Wamego. So that's kind of how the bracket is shaping out so far. If you want to follow along, I'm sure if you follow along at TongieNation.org, they have all the updated bracket information there. You can follow Tonganoxie High, Cody Witt, Mark Farrar, everybody, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They will keep you updated all throughout the tournament as well. Let's talk about our two opponents tonight as we're getting pretty close to starting lineups and tip-off. Last time we saw these Tonganoxie boys, it's been about a week. It's been, I think, 6 days to be exact. Last Tuesday at home against Piper, they dropped their first home game of the year. Again, very tough game against Piper, 70-56. They came out hot, and then they got really, really cold, and then just didn't finish out the game as strong as they had hoped. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back tonight against another, people might overlook this Bonner roster, but I think you and I can agree, partner. We watched this team a lot last year, including in the Tongie Invitational Tournament, and they're always a tough, competitive team, and there's a lot of familiar faces returning as well.
Yeah, again, Trent Stymack, Savay Womack, a couple names I remember from last year. Great players, a lot of potential. Again, Bonner, one of the shorter rosters in the tournament.
11.
They've got 11, and I'm not even seeing that many dressed out tonight because so we got 6, maybe 7 dressed out tonight that I've seen.
Wow,
so it's going to be it's going to be a little bit. It'll be short. Obviously this will be an opportunity for those players look towards the players that are here for Bonner to kind of step up and show that senior leadership, show that they're able to kind of do things. But then it also presents a good opportunity for Tongie, if they can get out, kind of race early, push the pace, again, get Bonner to dip into its short bench early. As I was just talking, we have 6, 7 guys on the court.
7, yep. And I think another thing that's going to be interesting, because Tonganoxie also comes in. Now, obviously, they dress a lot more players, but realistically throughout the season, it's about 6 to 7 at most that they play. So it's actually going to be kind of an even matchup. Other opponents that Tonganoxie has faced this year coming in with a little bit deeper benches. We saw it last Tuesday against Piper, how kind of as the game goes on, fatigue and stuff starts to wear in, but it's going to be fairly even tonight. But while we're talking about this Bonner Springs squad, last time they were in action, they played the Paola Panthers, the number 1 team in the Frontier League, and actually beat them. So they're coming in riding high, sitting at 4-3 right now. So with that last win, brought them back above the 500 watermark, and you knock off the number 1 team in your conference. So they're coming into this tournament riding high, a lot of confidence, and they can also take down kind of one of the other top teams in the Frontier League tonight in Tonganoxie. So if Bonner Springs gets a win tonight, that could catapult them into a higher stratosphere for the rest of the season going forward.
Yeah, this is definitely a statement win opportunity for Bonner. Again, coming in, Tonganoxie does have, has a realistically 6 or 7 man rotation. But Bonner comes in, knocks Tongie, is able to come away with a win, or at the very least keep it really close. That's a great kind of a statement for them to build on for the rest of the season. Because we're sitting here watching, we'll switch the camera, kind of watching them go through a little bit of warm up there.
Yeah.
Again, looking pretty solid, looking like got pretty good team chemistry among the roster, and it'll be excited to see how they're facing up with Tongie. For Tongie tonight. One of the things you talked about, the tail end a lot. You mentioned the hot start and then kind of the trailed off in the middle of the first to the middle of the second quarter. Tongie's got to have a short memory. Obviously you came out hot. You had that great success early, and then you hit a roadblock and just had 0 success almost. And you kind of battle back, but you've got to kind of shake that off. Say, hey. That's last week. That was a good Piper team. We're good too. Let's, forget about the hot start that we had. Forget about the cliff that we fell off of in the first quarter, and come out and just do the business.
Yeah, right, absolutely. And I think another thing that I think that kind of sucks for this Tonganoxie team is that they kind of were coming off a short break. They lost that Tuesday, but then they were going to play that next Friday. So like you kind of said, chance to get it behind you. You had a chance to play Spring Hill, who is currently winless on the season last time I checked. So kind of a game that you could play. You're counting on to kind of build your character, build your confidence back up coming into the tournament. But then again, that gets postponed due to COVID. We'll have more on those later on in the broadcast. We got makeup dates officially for everybody. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they come out tonight. It's all about how they start, and can they keep that up for the rest of the 3 quarters. They cannot afford to fade off. And at any other time in this ball game, Tonganoxie coming out of the locker rooms are getting their final warm-up shots in. About 2:45 left to go until tip-off. We're going to take our break here in the SNS Body pregame show. We'll be right back with starting lineups from the PA announcer right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
All right, we're going to send it out to the scores table to our PA announcer tonight, John Tolfson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tonganoxie High School and the 63rd Annual Tonganoxie Invitational Basketball Tournament. We welcome our guests from Bonner Springs High School. Fans, we host our event this evening. Please keep in mind that your cooperation with USD 464 policies keeps our student athletes on the court. Masks are required while attending this event. Thank you for your cooperation in our efforts to keep the students safe and play. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and Tonganoxie High School encourage you to make good sportsmanship a priority at all times. Winning is for a day, sportsmanship is for a lifetime. We invite you to remain seated at halftime of tonight's game for a performance from our Chieftains Stars dance team. At this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and help us honor America and those who serve it in the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For Bonner Springs, number 1, the 6-foot sophomore, Caleb Strite. For Tonganoxie, number 20. For Bonner Springs, number 10, a 6-foot senior, Trent Steinach. For Tonganoxie, number 13, 6'2" senior, Andrew Wilson. For Bonner Springs, number 12, 5'10" senior, Jake Young. Caleb Clark. For Bonner Springs, number 15, 6'2" junior, Tavian Cruz. For Tonganoxie, number 22, 5'8" senior, Mikey Conroy. J.C. Smith. For Tonganoxie, number 23, 6' senior, Zane Novotny. Head coaches for Bonner Springs, Dan Strike, and for Tonganoxie, Phil Joe. Officials for this evening's game are Dave Michael, Paul Sendler, and Matthew Galley.
All right, thank you to John Tolfson, our PA announcer tonight, for those starting lineups, and those were brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. At the Public Library, they offer a wide variety of services for the citizens of Tonganoxie. Stop by and visit them at 1217 East 4th Street or call 913-845-3281. And, of course, you can always visit their website at tonganoxielibrary.org. In case you didn't quite hear those starting lineups, same five for the Chieftains, Keatsman, Wilson, Clark, Conroy, and Novotny. And over for the Braves, Straight, Stymack, Young, Cruz, and Smith. And Bonner wins the opening tip, and we are underway here in this first round matchup in the 63rd annual Tonganoxie Basketball Invitational Tournament. This is Stymack, and he gives it down to the wing. He gets it right back and fires from three-point range. Missed everything, and quick rebound by Zane Novotny. He pushes it up the floor. It finds its way to Caleb Clark, blocked down underneath by Straight. Good clean block from behind, and now this is Straight taking the jump shot and short off the iron. Corralled in by Mikey Conroy, and he's going to give it to Andrew Wilson, and he'll bring it back. Tonganoxie, they get off to a hot start in this 2021-22 season, and that kind of sums up how things have been going as of late. Started off the season 4-0, first time in over 10 years it's ever happened here, and then they go on to lose 3 of their next 5, including games within the conference to Eudora, and then this past Tuesday against Piper. And looking to avoid another lost game within the Frontier League here tonight against Bonner. Straight firing away, and he hits from three-point range. Gives Bonner an early 3-0 lead, first points of the ball game. And Bonner bringing a little bit of full court pressure, but Tonganoxie going right through it. Andrew Wilson calling out the offense, and it finds its way to Kyler Keachman down at the near side wing. Getting it back up to Clark, and he's going to hand it off to Conroy. Back to Clark in the middle, dribbling in the paint, trying to pass back out, but called for a travel. So back-to-back turnovers here for the Chieftains.
Obviously not the start that Coach Jones wanted for his squad.
Very safe to say. And this team tonight's got to have a short memory of that. Their last game 6 days ago against Piper. Just got to try to put that behind you. Focus on the team in front of you. And you also, in the tournament, don't want to also overlook to the next game potentially as Straight opens up 2 for 2 from three-point range. And if Tonganoxie comes out victorious in tonight's matchup, they will go on to play Holton next Thursday at 7:30. If they lose, they will play Thursday at 4:30 against Metro Academy. Wilson, no good from three-point range. Keachman had a chance for the rebound, but Bonner comes back their way. Straight again. Can't connect on that one. Rebounded underneath by Cruz, and the running floater No good there. Still fighting for it down low as J.C. Smith. Looks like jump ball will be called and possession arrow in favor of Tonganoxie. And that was another thing that we saw this past Tuesday on the defensive end. Tonganoxie throughout the season has been fairly good and consistent about limiting second and third chance points to the opposition. They kind of probably had their worst game of the year from that aspect last Tuesday against Piper. You have to try to limit that here tonight against Bonner. And another turnover finds its way to Strite. Finger roll. He's got all 8. An 8-0 run for Bonner to open up the game. Kalen Strite doing it all himself. Coach Jones forced to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and take that with him. We'll be right back here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Out the Ways 1866 Bar and Grill is Tongie's tastiest. Incredible selection, delicious preparation, and a beautifully designed space all make 1866 one of the area's premier eateries, delivering big city taste in a small town atmosphere. Satisfying sandwiches, sizzling steaks, the best burgers anywhere, and even lovely lemonade. See the full menu on Facebook at 1866 Bar and Grill or order now by calling 913-369-7007.
All right, back here on the quick 30-second timeout. Dylan Funk alongside John Rushkoff here at Tonganoxie High School. 8-0 run to start the game here for the Bonner Springs Braves as they are on top of the Tonganoxie Chieftains. And just another poor pass there from Novotny, intercepted by Strite. He's going to hand it off quickly. Losing the handle of it, Andrew Wilson diving on the court for it. And they're going to say it's going to stay here with Bonner. Strite trying to get that pass off to Young. I don't know if he was quite expecting it. Couldn't hold on to it, but Bonner still able to inbound right in front of the Tongie student section there. Hoping maybe some more support shows up later on in the contest. A little bit of a lighter student section compared to past games. Ball finds its way down low. J.C. Young, he's working on Clark, can't finish. Strong rebound by Wilson, and they're going to give Strite a quick foul here. A little bit too aggressive trying to fight for the loose ball.
One of the things we talked about at the tail end of the game against Piper is Tonganoxie was kind of a little bit impatient on their offense here again as they come up the court trying to force the passes, trying to get things to happen too soon. And obviously, as we've seen in the last couple possessions, it's something they're still kind of struggling with. Hopefully, the Chieftains will be able to settle in and kind of let the offense build and do its work and limit the turnovers. And
yeah, just not looking quite on the same page yet. Down on the offensive end. Looking to correct that as time goes on here. Novotny thinking about it. He's going to give it down in the wing to Wilson. He'll fire away and hit.
And, as soon as I say it, that they do it. You're going to let the offense work, let the matchups happen, let Wilson find an open spot in the corner.
Yeah, not quite wide open by any means. Still had a hand in his face. Contested shot, still able to bury it. Cuts the lead now back down to 5 for Bonner and stopping that 8-0 run. Smith, Bonner Springs is passing it around the perimeter. It finds its way to Stymack, who buries the 3. Nothing but net from the southpaw. Leads back up to 8. Wilson with a little head fake now, giving it to Novotny, and that's blocked. The long, lengthy arms of J.C. Smith getting up there and swatting that one out of bounds. Checking in from Bonner, number 4, Jayon Noel, the 5'7" sophomore checking in. Again, like we talked about, Bonner running a very, very short bench. They only have 7 suited up for tonight. And one of the first times so far this year that Tonganoxie has faced off against an opponent that doesn't quite run a bench as deep as 10. Quick pass to Wilson. He'll fire again. Clanks off the iron, and good rebound underneath by Cruz. Stymack passing to Noel. Inside to Smith, and instead giving it right back to Stymack. Jumper from the elbow, good. Steinmack and Strike getting it all done for Bonner. Strike with 8, Steinmack with 5. And a double-digit lead early on here for the Braves. It's the first time this year these Frontier League foes have faced off. Good pass underneath, wide open. Kyler Keatsman getting involved. In the last Tuesday's game against Piper, Keatsman kind of having a really down night on the offensive end, only coming away with 2 points at the end of that game. If Tonganoxie is going to want to have a little more success, they're going to have to try to find a way to get him more involved. Smith driving strong, can't finish, collects his own rebound, and good job by Caleb Clark standing up straight, knocking that ball loose, and here comes Andrew Wilson back the other way with it. Conroy for 3, can't connect. Would have been a huge momentum shift right there if he could have nailed that one. Noel driving, and they're going to get that one on Wilson as he kind of almost fell into, Noel was driving, almost fell into Wilson's lap there. So first foul for Wilson, first team foul for Tonganoxie, and Isaiah Holthouse will check in for Caleb Clark.
Yeah, unfortunately, both players out of control there, and in a case like that, the call's always going to go against the defender.
We're approaching a minute left to play here in the first quarter. 13-5, Bonner Springs is our score. Steinmack, he buries it. His second 3 of the night. Largest lead of the night for Bonner at 11. And yeah, definitely not the way Coach Jones wanted to come out and start this game tonight. Holthouse handing it to Wilson. Again, Conroy open in the corner, can't finish. Keatsman fighting for the rebound and ends up into the hands of Noel. He's coming back the other way, passes it off, and should be count the basket. That's number 12, Jaden Young, the senior, driving strong and finishing through the contact, and that's the second foul picked up for Wilson here in about the final 33 seconds of the first quarter. So interesting to see if Coach Jones elects to maybe take him out. I see Alex Crowley getting up from the Tongie bench, so that might be what's happening. And finishing the play at the line is Young, the old-fashioned three-point play. And now Crowley actually coming in for Mikey Conroy, so Wilson will stay out there with the 2 fouls. We'll see if we'll see him come back out at the start of the second quarter. And we got a whistle here.
It's like it looked like a kick ball or a fisted ball or something.
Yeah,
that's an odd one for me, but
yeah, I know it. I thought he got his hands clean on it, but nevertheless, Tonganoxie still has it. Crowley firing off the bench and can't finish. Tonganoxie starting off ice cold from 3-point range. Driving strong again is Young, but can't quite finish. Wilson has it, and a foul there. They call that on J.C. Smith. Be his first, second team foul for Bonner. Number 5, Wilson will check in for Bonner. Wilson, last heave before the end of the quarter, doesn't fall, and that brings it in to the first quarter. Bonner Springs 19, Tonganoxie 5. They're going to have some work to do here. Be right back here with second quarter action right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
All right, back here for the start of the second quarter. Bonner coming out hot, to say the least, as they sit on top of Tonganoxie 19-5 here in the early goings. Three-pointer in the corner, no good for Young, and rebounded by Novotny. Tonganoxie facing their largest deficit so far at 14 points. Got some major work to do here in the second quarter, and that's a good start, finding Alex Crowley underneath the basket. And Coach Jones still electing to keep Andrew Wilson out there, so showing some confidence in his star senior to kind of play safe and not pick up that third foul, and wide open underneath the basket. Wilson with 1 L for Bonner. Jermaine Wilson to be exact. Well, tough to Novotny. He thought about pulling the trigger. He passes it to Wilson. The ball finds its way back to him. He drives. Running floater way off target. Holthouse fighting for the rebound. Who wants it? Bonner wants it. Smith wide open.
Yeah, that was just kind of an unfortunate one. As you get the scramble on the court, the alert play by Bonner to have a guy down the court, just kind of give up the easy basket for Tongie if they're able to come away with the rebound. But again, tenacious work for the Braves to pick up that, and then they Strite throws it away in the corner, pass a little bit too tall for Wilson.
Tonganoxie, if they want to get back in this one, they're going to have to start stringing together some stops and executing down on the offensive end, see if they can capitalize here off the Braves' turnover.
Chieftains starting five back into the game as Holthus and Crowley head to the bench. Count the basket by Caleb Clark. A turnaround jump shot. J.C. Smith whistled for the foul, his second, team's third. Clark steps into the three-point play. Finishes easy.
Yep, and bringing the deficit now back down to 10. Thanks for taking over there briefly. So our scoreboard camera must have got nudged a little bit, so it's putting the scores and the clock back in the frame. Should be better for you folks watching back at home. As Strite, my goodness, he has the hot hand. His third three-pointer of the game. Sitting with 11 points, leading all scores in this one. Wilson finding Conroy in the corner, hesitates. And back up to Wilson. No look pass. And back to Novotny. Across the court into the wing for Wilson, who buries it. Matching straight for three-pointers, each of them with 3. 9 points for Wilson, and back to a 10-point lead for Bonner. Well, actually now starting to warm up offensively, starting to find a rhythm if they can just get some stops down here on the other end. And it's they're They're going to get that one. Number 23, Zane Novotny. That'll be his first. Teams with 3 team fouls apiece. This is number 15, Tavion Crowley checking in, and he will bring out Andrew Wilson. And Strong off the back iron for the second, so only 1 point for Cruz on that trip. And very, very close to an over and back, but it goes out of bounds anyways. Another turnover for Tonganoxie. Handling that little slight full court pressure from Bonner so far tonight. That time not able to quite get through it. Novotny swipely and
Stepped on the sideline.
And so Wilson and Novotny each with 2 fouls apiece. Steinbeck driving in on Keatsman. Little floater up and good. Steinbeck. 3:45 left to play here in the second. Tonganoxie trailing 13 points to Bonner, 29-16. It has been all brave so far here in this one. However, Tonganoxie is showing some signs of life here in their last handful of offensive possessions, looking to keep the momentum going here. Don't want to fall behind any more than you already are to this Bonner Braves team. Crowley had that one poked away momentarily, but able to collect and give it up back up top to Novotny. And one of the advantages of high school basketball here in Kansas, no shot clock, so Novotny pulling the trigger. That was even deep from NBA range, it would appear, but not able to hit the target. Noel for 3, yes. And Coach Jones is going to take a full timeout here. And Bonner is just pouring it on right now. 32-16 Braves on top of the Chieftains. We'll be right back in a minute right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
From its native roots to the bustling community it is today, Tonganoxie's past is as unique as its future. With small town charm and big city amenities, Tonganoxie is the ideal place to grow a business and grow a family. Tonganoxie is perfectly positioned. Take an afternoon and come explore Tonganoxie. To learn more, go to tonganoxie.org.
All right, back here tonight hasn't been going Tonganoxie's way yet in this one. They trail 32-16 to Bonner. Andrew Wilson going to be checking back into the contest. And he'll bring out Novotny. As we're getting closer and closer to halftime, be sure to stick around for the White Birch Properties Realty Executives halftime show. We'll have first half analysis, and maybe if we get lucky, we'll get a couple pairs of from the scorers table. Again, kind of one of the benefits here in this tournament is that there's actual stat keepers for every single game. So at halftime and during the post game, we can kind of overlook kind of really in-depth stats that we typically don't get to do every single broadcast. So we'll see if Mr. Tieroff, who seems to be in charge of it tonight, will be ever so kindly to give us a couple of copies at halftime. Just shot up from Cruz, gets it to rattle home. An 18-point lead now for Bonner. Wilson driving strong and able to finish with the left hand at the rim. now puts him over double digits on the night with 11-12 pending the incoming free throw. And got a quick 30-second timeout here. We'll go ahead and take that with them. Give all of our sponsors some love here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Stymack, he's at the line shooting 2. So you're going to have Novotny and then Novotny checking in and number 4, Talon Langford. We'll check in as Crowley and Wilson get checked out. And bringing the full court pressure. Tonganoxie trying to get through it quickly here. Under 2 minutes left to play here before halftime. He's slinging it across the court to Keatsman. He'll go back up top to Conroy, guarded by Stymack. To Langford, fresh off the bench to Keatsman. Good extra pass to Holthouse, who finishes with the left hand. First points on the night for Isaiah Holthouse.
And great patience there by Tongie. Kind of letting the looks develop, that's going to be a dead ball. As I talked about, it's Tongie needs to be patient, and patient doesn't mean slow. Obviously, we see a lot of the quick ball movement there, but it's all purposeful. There was no panic. There was no, oh my goodness, I got to get rid of the ball now. Every pass was purposeful. Every pass found the person. And then as soon as I say that, they turn over there and
nice. That was a nice drive to the basket. Not able to finish, but Stymack underneath through some contact. $14 points on the night for Stymack. Still trailing by 16. Keatsman with the basket underneath.
And then the good thing that we're not in the college game. There is Strite would be earning a flop warning there as he just kind of fluttered to the deck.
Yeah, A for effort though. Bonner looking to hold on here for the final shot. Young showing off the handles, gives it to Noel. He'll take the shot and drain it from 3 points. And that is how the first half ends. Tonganoxie down 17 at the half, 40-23 to Bonner. We'll be right back with the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Wizard of Paws, now at their newly renovated location in downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. And their new facility offers amenities and space that is doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or visit their new location at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawspet.com.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongierec.org or call 913-845-3502.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Forward-thinking fashions and fashionable formals. That's Jeannie's Formals Fashions and Boutique in downtown Tonganoxie. Jeannie's is Tongie's dress shop with the perfect style for your upcoming formal event, including tuxes. Jeannie's also has a huge selection of Chiefs and Chieftain gear, kids apparels and toys, graphic tees, sublimated tumblers, and more. Stylish apparel in sizes from juniors to 3X. Stop by and see the girls at Jeannie's to get the latest fashions first. 520 East 4th Street in downtown Tongie, or on Facebook at Jeannie's Formals.
Welcome to the White Birch Properties Realty Executive Halftime Show. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to help lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. And we're live here at halftime. Tonganoxie down 17 right now, 40-23 to Bonner Springs. Dylan Funk alongside John Roscoe. We just got the first half stat sheets hot off the press, and there's a lot of numbers that jump out here, aren't they, partner?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think the biggest one for me is, again, it's hard to decide between 3-pointers and turnovers. But I'm going to go with turnovers because Tongie's committed 7 turnovers. Bonner's only had 2, but the production. Bonner Springs has converted 14 points off of the 7 turnovers. So they're basically having a basket of turnover for Tongie. So you'll get Bonner to score on every single turnover. Tongie with only 3 points off the turnovers. Again, you got to take care of both of those numbers. You got to limit the turnovers in the second half. You got to force more turnovers for Bonner Springs. And when you do get them, you've got to capitalize.
Yep, agree. I mean, that was one for me, but following that, looking just how efficient Bonner has been, from total field goal percentage 60%, from 3-point range 58%, and only 6% from the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Tonganoxie, only shooting 47% from the court, 27% from 3-point range. They're 2 for 2 from the free throw line, so they're sitting at 100%. But I mean, you take that in, that where's it at? Right here, 3-point points for Bonner. 21 of the 40 have come from 3-point range. Plus, you add on the 14 they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, that's the deficit right there. Yeah, really, it is. That is the deficit.
That's the thing. Again, if Tongie can needs to step up, needs to be patient on offense. As we talked about, again, I've touched on it 3 or 4 times. But as you go back and watch the first half, where Tongie found success was when they were intentional and deliberate on their offense. Again, they weren't rushing passes. They weren't panicking. They weren't, when they got double covered, they were able to find the outlet pass, able to break through the press that Bonner was bringing. Tongie needs to do more of that. and pick up a stop. They've got to find a way to stop the 3-pointers.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to try to buff up the defense a little bit, and I'm sure that's a strong talking point in that locker room right now. I'm just looking at 3 of 5 from 3-point range is Kellen Straight. For Bonner, he's got 11 points, and then the other one, Trent Steinmack, 2 for 4. He's got 13. That's the 2 leading scorers for them. On the flip side for Tonganoxie, Andrew Wilson, 3 for 6 from 3-point range, shooting 50% from out there. He's got 12 points, and he's the only Chieftain in double digits. Kyler Keatsman has 4, and Crowley and Holthouse with 2, and then Caleb Clark with 3. 0 points from Conroy and Novotny. That's something that they definitely got to step up their production a little bit if Tonganoxie wants a chance to kind of come out of here. It's like you got to help take some of the load off of Wilson, kind of if he can get some help around him, and maybe Tonganoxie can have a shot to really come back in this one. But I don't know. It's got to be a much better second half, to say the least. When you go into the locker room at halftime, you're down by 17. I can imagine that talk from Coach Jones. He's said it before, and I've personally have been coached by Coach Jones before. He's not a coach that likes to scream and shout or whatever, but he is also one that knows when the team is playing poorly, that really, really frustrates him. So I can imagine, there's probably not quite like Bobby Knight bad in there, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some shouting and maybe some curse language dropped. So we'll see if that kind of inspires and kind of starts a fire in this team coming out here to start the second half. About 2:20 left to go here in the halftime show. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll have second half action right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, your home for Chieftain Athletics.
Trendy tees, fun fashions, team threads, and even candy for the kids. That's the Rustic Heifer in Tonganoxie. The Rustic Heifer is helping make Tongie a boutique lover's paradise. One of a kind, handmade, locally sourced decor, clothes, and accessories. Find the right style for a night out on the town or the best fan gear for the big game. Support local, shop local. Find them on Facebook at Rustic Heifer Boutique and Custom Gifts, or stop by 616 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Come count the ways 1866 Bar and Grill is Tongie's tastiest. Incredible selection, delicious preparation, and a beautifully designed space all make 1866 one of the area's premier eateries, delivering big city taste in a small town atmosphere. Satisfying sandwiches, sizzling steaks, the best burgers anywhere, and even lovely lemonade. See the full menu on Facebook at 1866 Bar and Grill, or order now by calling 913-369-7007. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit LaddServiceCo.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Thinking about starting your next home improvement project? Make sure you call 811 before you dig. Once you call 811, wait a few days for the utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags so that you don't unintentionally dig into an underground utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt your neighborhood's utility service, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury or death. Southern Star asks you to protect your community. Dig safely. Call 811.
All right, back here live out of halftime, getting ready to start the second half here in the fourth game of the day here in the 63rd annual Tonganoxie High School Basketball Invitational Tournament here on the boys' side, and we'll talk a little bit more about the girls' side. They get started tomorrow night. And Tonganoxie looking to make up some ground here, and that's a good start down low. Kyler Keatsman laying it up for 2, 6 points on the night for him. And a quick whistle and a foul call. That's going to go against Steinmack.
It looks like an illegal screen whistle as he watching the referee's body language. It looks like he threw out an elbow. That was
a good call there. Yep, and And while we have a moment kind of highlighting this matchup as Clark gets blocked underneath, somebody lost a shoe, and that is Caleb Clark's shoe, as Straight not able to finish at the rim. Wilson comes away with it. I'll get back to that point a little bit later. Wilson from three. Can't finish. Underneath by Keatsman, but gets rejected. But Clark. Right man, right time there for Caleb Clark. 4 points for him. Smith up top to Cruz, and buries the three. And just when Tonganoxie was starting to build up the momentum, just kind of feel the air. Woof. And now coming away with the steal, 3-on-1. Young not able to finish with the left-handed layup. Novotny, he'll take that three. Not able to finish. Looked like it was good as soon as it left his hand. And quick pass up to Smith, who lays it in for two easily. After a quick start in the second half for Tonganoxie, Bonner putting it into that quickly. Right back to an 18-point lead. Into the corner, Wilson wide open. It wanted to go down, but then got spat out. Last second, here's Steinmack with it. Pump fake. Smith now for three. Strong off the back iron, but good rebound by Cruz. Straight. In and out. And went 3 for 5 from three-point range for Straight in the first half. Wilson now directing traffic. Quick ball movement here. Novotny for three. Can't get it to fall. And ball rolling around and right into the hands of J.C. Smith. And his lead is now 20, which I believe is the largest of the night for the Braves. Wilson dribbling around and had it poked away, slipped on the court. Cruz handing it off to Young, easy two. And just when you thought Tonganoxie might start making a run to come back in this one, Bonner shutting that door very quickly on him. Novotny finally getting on the board first time tonight. And this is territory that we have not seen this team in very often within the past 2-3 years. Down by 20 points here in the second half. 4:15 left to go in the third. Yeah, a guy like we talked about earlier, if Bonner holds on to win, they will move on to the second round as they will face Holton in the second round Thursday at 7:30. And if Tonganoxie is not able to make the comeback, they'll go on to face Metro Academy at 4:30 on Thursday. Steinmack bouncing back, able to knock down his second. Novotny's going to keep firing. Eventually they're going to start falling. Well, back-to-back buckets here now for Zane Novotny. Smith driving baseline on Clark. Then Clark got a fingertip on it from behind. And now here's Wilson come back there with it. Almost had it poked away. Able to get it to Conroy, and he'll give it back to Wilson. Aggressive defense for Steinmack. Finds Keatsman wide open underneath. Steinmack driving, kicking it out. Keatsman selling out for the steal, not able to get it. Straight misses, and good strong rebound underneath by Wilson. Conroy in the corner, giving it back up top to Wilson. Little bounce pass to Keatsman. Conroy's open again. He's not going to take the three, though. Wilson will take it. Can't finish. Good rebound by Zane Novotny. Good awareness, too, right when Wilson was taking a shot. Novotny cutting right to the basket, putting himself in great position for that rebound. Tonganoxie looking to finish off some points. Good pass to Keatsman again. Double digits on the night for Kyler Keatsman now.
This is, again, margin notwithstanding, this is exactly what Tonganoxie wanted to do. They wanted, again, where they found the success is being patient, finding the good looks on offense, being deliberate with their passes. Again, obviously, the 3 of their first 4 possessions this half were exactly that. Now, again, it's good that Tongie was able to keep that patience because even with the blocks they picked up, they're still finding the success, finding the good looks.
Yep.
See if they're able to keep it up after this timeout.
Yep, let's see. Coach Jones is taking a full timeout. We'll go and take it with him. We'll be right back. Second half action right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
On the field, awesome. An awesome collision on the road, not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
That's back here in the third quarter. I thought that I was kind of diving into, but the pace was a little too fast on the court. Tonganoxie Mirror writer here in Tonganoxie, Sean Lindenberger, he kind of went through this morning. He posted not very much of a story, but kind of a rundown of the teams in this year's Invitational Basketball Tournament and kind of looking at their past history with this tournament. Is that one from Wilson off the side of the basket. This Bonner Springs Braves team, outside of Tonganoxie, they have the most appearances in this tournament. Their first appearance dating all the way back to 1970, 73-35 overall record. Have the most tournament victories, championships, I should say, out of any team with 11. Closest behind them, can you guess?
I'm going to go with Tongie.
Yep, exactly. You would be right. Tonganoxie, 95-86 overall record in this tournament. Tonganoxie 7 championships, although for Bonner, their last title coming back in 2019. For Tonganoxie, it's been a while, 1994. And the last time that Tonganoxie has made it to the finals in this tournament was back in 2010. I'm sure they were coming in tonight, maybe looking to put it into those, but right now not looking so bright for them. And perfectly timed three-pointer there from the well.
kind of you got away with a little bit of a shuffle of the feet there, but
Clark working underneath. Had a chance to get his own rebound, but slipped through his hands. Smith, Euro step, but can't finish on the layup. Wilson hit the floor, and we have a whistle. And they're going to call Smith with it. Third foul for Smith. Isaiah Holthouse and Taylor Langford checking in for Clark and Keatsman. That was the second team foul on Bonner. Tonganoxie only one team foul. There's about 50 seconds and counting left to play here in the third quarter. Novotny again in the corner and off the side of the backboard. Heavily contested by J.C. Smith. Wilson, good job, able to get a fingertip on that one, but Young still able to come away with it. And Bonner appears to be in no hurry. They might want to milk as much as 20 seconds left as they can, try to hold on for the final shot. Young working, he's guarded by Langford, going to try to dribble right by him, and a charge is going to be called. I believe that was Crowley. He just kind of ran over there on the court. A good job by the young man taking the contact, taking one for the team. Going to be a last-second shot here for Wilson. It's good if it goes, but it won't. And that is how the third quarter will end. One more to go here at Tonganoxie High School. Bonner Springs 56, Tonganoxie 38. We'll be right back right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
State purpose of visit.
Well, our tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
I don't need a bucket.
Provide bucket color preference. Red, yellow, taupe, magenta. Oh, wait. They are out of magenta.
Robots don't know you. We do.
I could do a quote on a new one.
With us, getting the right coverage starts with a conversation. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Everything old is new again at New Again Outdoor Furniture Restoration in Tonganoxie. Keep your furniture for generations to come with a call to New Again. They specialize in restrapping, mesh sling replacement, welding, and powder coating of all outdoor furniture. New Again has an incredible eye for detail and a passion for environmentally friendly and cost-effective furniture repair. To learn more, go to newagainpatiofurniture.com. Call 913-764-1999 or see more of their projects on Facebook. New Again Inc. in Tonganoxie.
All right, back here, ready to start the fourth quarter. Dylan Funk alongside John Washko. We appreciate you guys for joining us tonight, making time out of your, I'm sure, quite busy Monday nights. And a real shout out to all you NFL fans if you're watching this over the playoff game right now. Very much appreciated as Langford gets the rebound and puts up the easy two underneath. Much of a big NFL fan, partner?
Once it hits playoffs, I can't resist. Again, that's what preseason. I'm really intrigued to see how this new wild card, the expanded wild card weekend is kind of panning out.
Yeah, right now, Rams and Cardinals are going at it right now. Last time I checked, 14-0 Rams. So there's your score update there. Again, for any of you at home that were curious. We shift our focus back here to basketball. Steinbach feeling the pressure, and he gets it to Strite, who finds Cruz underneath. And back to an 18-point lead for Bonner. Holthaus trying to, looks like he kind of tried to hurry that shot underneath and not able to finish, almost getting it wedged between the rim and the backboard. Young, again, good extra pass. It's back to a 20-point lead for Bonner, and Tonganoxie is in serious trouble here. Probably on life alert, for being honest. Crowley not able to connect from three-point range, collected by Novotny. Langford now working underneath, back out to Crowley. Across the way to Novotny, fakes the pass and shoots the three. Not able to finish. No look to Langford. He's battling for it, wrapped up around the ankle of Young.
Coach Jones able to call timeout there and
very
bail
wise.
the young man out. Again, great aggressive play there by Langford to get down the court, get the ball, and get up and hold on to it. And
that good, strong awareness play there by the young man, and Coach Jones being right there to bail him out with the timeout. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and stay here on the floor. And again, I will update everybody on the current bracket right now. Again, you can follow along if you follow Tonganoxie High or Cody Witt, Mark Farrar, anybody on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can go to TongieNation.org. Their website, they'll have it all there as well. The first matchup today took place at 3 o'clock. Eudora defeating Jeff West 61-24, and then at 4:30, Wamego and DeSoto faced off. DeSoto winning that one 65-44. So Eudora and DeSoto facing off Thursday at 6 o'clock, and then the game before this one, Metro Academy falling short to Holton 48-45. So winner of this one will face Holton Thursday at 7:30. Loser will face Metro Academy Thursday at 4:30. And we'll talk a little bit more about those matchups in the postgame show. We'll also reveal the girls bracket as well as the ladies get their part of the tournament started tomorrow night. Good strong drive by Wilson to the basket, able to finish with the left hand. Just way too much space there, and Young able to drive and finish. Kind of visibly see the frustration on Wilson's face there.
And Novotny as well with the rather aggressive bounce pass back to Wilson.
Yeah, you kind of starting to see it out here. This game has, quite frankly, never has really been going Tonganoxie's way through the whole about 3.5 quarters. It's just kind of a frustrating outing. Definitely not the one they wanted here in the first round of the tournament. As right now they look to be on pace to be knocked out. Well, I shouldn't say knocked out, but have back-to-back opening round losses in the tournament. If you folks remember from last year, opening round loss came to Holton, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. And that was kind of another game that coming in, Tonganoxie should have won that one easily, and we're having a great season. Maybe a little bit of the same story tonight, but much different outcome. At least the Holton game kind of was a little bit back and forth down to the end, although for Bonner, I think they've had this one put away for quite a while now, and they keep adding on.
See, every time you think that Tonganoxie is going to be able to kind of string a couple possessions together and cut the deficit down to something manageable, Bonner just stretches it right back out.
They do. Yep, it's just one of those frustrating nights, and you can just tell by the atmosphere in the gym. It's not there at all, and not able to finish straight. Got pretty high there. Looked like he maybe possible put back dunk, but
not gonna lie, I was waiting for the offensive goaltending, but Novotny able to capitalize there and cuts it to 16.
And when Tonganoxie gets close, this is typically when Bonner starts to pull away, but maybe trying to turn the tide here a little bit. Tonganoxie getting a stop. This is Novotny back out to Wilson. Gonna drive. Can't finish at the rim. He knocks those down about 9 out of 10 times.
Wilson at the line, shooting 2.
Fouls on Young for Bonner. His second, fourth team foul for the Braves, and Andrew Wilson will head to the line. The shoot 2 could bring it back down to a 12-point lead. Yep. And Wilson, I was going to say before he shot him, I was going to say easily by far probably the best free throw shooter on this Tonganoxie squad, somewhere between the 80-90% range on the year. And, of course, he misses his first one. What would a broadcast be without a good announcer's jinx, right? But able to correct himself and make the second.
Hey, Clark, again, one of the announcers jinxes it, again, so they're ready to make a point about Clark as when he lined up, he was in a lane violation, about to take it away, and thankfully he noticed it before the ball was handed to Wilson.
Lead now down to 13. Novotny thought about pulling the trigger, but Wilson will do it. Looks good. It is good.
There we go.
Well.
You know, again, here. Timeout floor. Take it with him, and then we will come back.
Just as all hope seemed lost, Tonganoxie cut it back down to a 10-point game. 64-54, 3:02 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
For more than 20 years, Kevin Gallagher with American Family Insurance has been serving area families and businesses. As members of your community, Kevin and his staff understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted neighbors and friends. With locations in Tonganoxie and Kansas City, the Kevin Gallagher Agency is building stronger partnerships. Get a quote today by calling 913-369-4444. That's 913-369-4444. Home, life, auto, farm, and more. The Kevin Gallagher Agency, American Family Insurance.
All right, back here at Tonganoxie High School, maybe a little bit of drama, a little bit of excitement here at the end.
I was thinking, kind of going through this, kind of prepping some notes for the post-game show, thinking, Tongie's going to be, kind of feel hard done by as they've done what they needed to do, be more patient on offense and a little bit more tenacious on defense, and we're not going to find the success. But then this.
Yep, back down to single digits now. And a turnover.
And the quick timeout by Dan Streit. Bonner Springside. He's going to, you see, big gesture of a full timeout. Wants some, full minute to talk it over with his team. And so we'll kind of hang out here. But, yeah, like I said, Tongie was doing all the right things. They were being more patient, more deliberate on their possessions, looking for the open shots, not rushing things. Shots just weren't falling. And I was thinking, okay, this is going to be a hard thing for Coach Jones to talk about in practice. And we go back and watch film and be like, okay, you guys, I know we didn't find the pace back, but you guys did the right things. And then as Tongie just kept on doing it, shots start falling. And when the shot starts falling, Bonner gets a little bit frustrated, and you've seen this huge momentum swing.
Huge.
Over the past 2 minutes, Tongie has cut an 18-point lead down to 8.
I mean, this is truly incredible. And again, we talked about, Tonganoxie hasn't faced a deficit of 20 or more. I'd be willing to bet, not within the last 2 years for sure, maybe even the last 3 years. And we saw it tonight, they got close to 20 in the first half, and the majority of the second half, it's been between probably about a 14 to 20-point lead for Bonner. But, they keep hanging strong. They're being persistent. Start making some shots, forcing some turnovers, and, next thing you know, we have an 8-point ball game here. 2:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tonganoxie has no timeouts left, according to the scoreboard here. Streit fighting for the steal, and it ends up into the hands of Young. Conroy just wraps him up for the quick foul there.
Very smart foul there by Conroy, as Chieftains only have committed 2 fouls this half. Again, stop the breakaway.
Yep.
I think that would be the third team foul.
Yeah, really.
No, actually, that is just their second foul of the half. All right.
Blowing past his defender, now giving it back to Young. He just now tell the intensity on the court's now picked up a little bit. Risky pass there, but it finds its way to Cruz into the corner for Smith. Tonganoxie trying to intercept kind of one of those nice lob passes, not able to do it yet. And Novotny's going to get called for the reach in there. That'll be his third. And again, the great thing for Tonganoxie, that was only their third team foul. No, I guess that's his fourth. My apologies. So fourth foul on Novotny, only third team foul for Tonganoxie in the second half. So they still have something to give. Stymack underneath, and
Wilson not able to hit the brakes fast enough and just kind of bowls over Stymack.
Yep, and you heard the obvious frustration from Coach Jones there. And he's going to be sending in Holthouse and Crowley. Bring out Geetsman and Clark. And again, that was the fourth foul on Wilson as well. So one more from either him or Novotny, and they will be out for the remainder of this contest. Now Coach Jones telling his team to foul. Second for Conroy. Now two more team fouls, and Bonner will be in the 1-1 bonus. And Novotny hitting the deck on the inbound and gets up. All seems to be good. And trying to execute the trap here, and let's see who they call this on. And that's it for Andrew Wilson. So 15 foul on Andrew Wilson. He is fouled out of this contest. A huge loss for the Chieftains here as we get into crunch time. Keatsman will come back in for him. I believe that's the first time that Andrew has fouled out of a ball game so far this year. This is Jaden Young at the line shooting free throws. He misses his first, but Smith collects the rebound and blocked by Isaiah Holthouse.
Huge
there.
block by the sophomore.
And all ball, too. That was a nice, clean block. Honestly, I saw it, was kind of expecting a whistle, but good job for the officials letting them play on that one. Got to be getting close to 5 seconds. And did he get the timeout in?
He did.
They are going to grant him the timeout. And Coach Strite's going to take a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 1:30 left to play in the fourth. Bonner Springs 64, Tonganoxie 56.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Wizard of Paws, now at their newly renovated location in downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. And their new facility offers amenities.
Always hate to cut off the good dogs and pets at Wizard of Paws, but both teams coming out pretty quickly out of the full-minute timeout. And Tonganoxie coming away with the steal here. Still only trailed by 8, and that's going to be a quick foul on Jaden Young. It's only the 15th foul for Bonner, so they still have 2 fouls to give. And Jayon Noel will check in, bringing out Young. Crowley firing. Can't connect from three-point range. And Holthouse has no option but the foul there. And again, I think this every single time when you get down to about the final minute and a half minute of a basketball game. I feel like basketball's the only sport where the last minute of a game could take like 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
Like, I know it's such I've probably said it so many times. It's a cliche at this point, but
cliches are cliches because they're true.
That's true. That's another way to look at it. So I feel like we've been stuck between like a minute 30, and now we're stuck at a minute 16, and had like 6 or 7 actual real life minutes pass by. So Smith at the line. And knocking down his free throws, back to a 10-point game. Zotny trying to zing it underneath the Keatsman and a turnover. Exactly what Bonner was looking for. And I know Novotny kind of slapped his hand in there, but they didn't blow the whistle initially, so we'll see if they'll.
Yeah, Novotny walking into the backcourt.
They give it to Keatsman instead. So Young back into the game and back at the free throw line, and Bonner can really put it on ice here, making their free throws. And able to knock down his second. Long range 3 for Novotny, not able to fall. And again, you can just see the body language from Zane Novotny not having the best of games tonight. He did kind of come alive here in the fourth quarter. Was kind of starting to really see the frustration settling on his face and the body language, not able to make some big threes here down the stretch, and that's just kind of the growing theme here for Tongie. But, still, no matter how this game ends, with the likely outcome of Bonner pulling off the victory here, that was some great effort and a great fight by Coach Jones' squad, going out there not quitting, even down by 20 and maybe even more. I think it just stayed at 20, but still great effort from this team tonight. And still looking to finish strong here, about the final 45 seconds. They're going to get that foul on Cruz. That's a 6. Team foul for Bonner. Strike doing some high jumping jacks right in front of us, but Crowley able to get it into Conroy. Novotny just keep firing, young man. That one clanks off the side of the iron, and nice heads-up play by Conroy. Felt his momentum, taking him out of bounds, and looks like he knocked it off the leg of Young, and it'll stay Chieftain basketball. Inbound and under the basket, Novotny. Under to Keatsman, and blocked from straight. That should be Chieftain basketball, and it is. And that's going to be the 17th foul for Bonner, so that'll put Tonganoxie in the 1-1 bonus. About 32 seconds exactly left to go in this contest. But not able to connect on his first. And let's see how aggressive Tongie is here. And
yeah, I think that tells the story right there. Tongie realizes that no sense in trying to push the issue, and like Brazier just going to dribble it out here. And
so that is going to do it for this contest tonight. Bonner Springs, again, like we talked about, huge statement win here tonight as they beat the Tonganoxie Chieftains 69-56 here in the last first round game in the boys bracket of this Tonganoxie Invitational Tournament. We'll go ahead and we'll stay here with our post-game show. We'll see if I'll try to run down and get us some copies of stats real quick, so I'll be right back. You know what, I'll just put us on a commercial break real quick. You know how to run this.
Yeah.
Right?
If we're back, yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Sounds good. We'll be right back right after this.
The First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
We just moved into a bigger home.
I have enrolled you in our Platinum Diamond Titanium plan.
That sounds excessive.
It is. Sign here and here. Initial here and here.
Let's go.
Initial here.
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Frontier agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
All right, back here, post-game show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Bonner Springs 69, Tonganoxie 56 here. Kind of rounding out this day one action on the boys bracket in the 63rd annual Tonganoxie Invitational basketball tournament. Dylan Funk alongside John Roshkup. So now the second round matchups are set. Tonganoxie will play again, the boys I should say, will play again Thursday at 4:30 against Metro Academy, and Bonner Springs will move on to the next round, playing Thursday 7:30 against Holton. So back-to-back years of first round losses for this squad, and obviously not the way they wanted to come out and play after that loss at Piper. And again, four out of the 6 games for Tonganoxie resulting in losses. So again, this team might be a little lost right now. Going to be interesting to see how they respond from here on out, because they need to try to get it turned around here pretty quickly.
Yeah, again, we talked very briefly about how Tongie had kind of taken the lessons and started learning and being a little bit patient and executing their offense. And then, again, just when Wilson fouls, when Andrew Wilson fouled out there, again, just kind of the loss of that senior leadership, really, you could see kind of a change in the body language on the court. Tongie kind of fell back into trying to get everything done, trying to kind of force the issue, being a little bit more impatient with the passes, impatient with the shots, and taking kind of some low percentage shots that, would have fallen last year, would have fallen probably earlier in the season, but not finding the mark tonight. And, again, final score is not – it's one of those things that it's not indicative of the contest, really, as Tongie was able to bring it a lot closer than it is. And, that 13-point deficit is not – doesn't tell the full story of the game, but it tells enough.
Definitely tells enough. It tells enough that Bonner was the better team out on the court tonight. Again, they jumped out of the gates, jumped on top of Tongie early on, never really looked back, and for the vast majority of that second half, again, kind of between a 15, 20-point lead the whole time, and then Tonganoxie went on that nice run. They got it down back to 8. You really just felt the momentum switch, and then, good veteran leadership from the Bonner bench as well. It kind of helped them kind of weather out that storm and eventually put the game away. And, it's just another tough loss, back-to-back losses now for Tonganoxie. But, again, like we talk about in this sport and really all sports, you got to have a short memory. You got to forget this game. You got to put it behind you, and you got to get ready for a Metro Academy on Thursday. So, again, and another thing in the tournament, don't overlook any opponent. Upsets happen all the time, and I guess technically you could call this, like I think Tongie was coming in with the 2 seed, you could call this an upset, but really, like we talked about in the pregame, Bonner always has a great basketball squad. They always fight Tongie hard, and that was another great example of it tonight. So looking forward to see how they come out again on Thursday. Again, that game will be at 4:30. Was waiting on the potential, I think the printer that prints off the final stats for the game busted. I don't think we're going to get our copy. So
as I'm going to say, not likely tonight.
Yeah,
but,
not likely tonight. But anyways, we'll kind of close with that on the boys, and let's talk very briefly about the girls. I'll be sure for the next broadcast, guys, I'll be sure to get pictures of the actual brackets on the computer. Apologize, didn't get to that these past couple of days. So Tonganoxie, they're going to be opening up against basically the 1 seed Tuesday at 7:30. They will play Wamego. Bonner Springs and Holton will play Tuesday at 6. All these games are at Tuesday, by the way. Tonganoxie, Wamego, Tuesday 7:30. Bonner Springs, Holton at 6. Tuesday at 4:30, Eudora, Blue Valley West, getting a Blue Valley school coming in here. Don't really see that very often, so looking forward to see how that matchup works out for them. And then the first game of the day, Tuesday at 3, DeSoto against Bishop Ward. So that is how the girls' bracket shakes down. And again, you want to follow along with all the updated brackets, you can go to Tonganoxie High School's website. Oh, would you look at here?
Oh, there you are.
Thank you.
As Dylan reaches down to get the final stat sheet,
it
looks like a well-loved, well-scratched out one there. Again, touch briefly on the Bishop Ward. Again, that's the game that is exciting. That's really exciting to me on the girls' side, because we saw Bishop Ward come in last year, play Tongie, really, really strong. Their coach, Gucci Washington, doing former Avila basketball standout, did a really great job of working a small roster last year. They came in and did great things. It'll be interesting to see how they they progress through the tournament, and hopefully Tongie will get a chance to face them on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean that's a.
Yeah, again, got to look way ahead on that bracket, but
yeah, I mean they'll either meet in the championship game or it could possibly be the consolation game at Saturday at 10. So we will see. But yeah, that Bishop Ward squad very well from past years. Yeah, just kind of glancing over this stat sheet here.
The big,
I like how the big line is right through the points for everybody.
Yeah, the big takeaway from me is again, we talked about half 3-pointers. At the half, Tongie had given up a 12-point margin in from 3-point range. Brought it back, only allowed 2 3-pointers the entire second half for Bonner, and scored 6 on their own. So again, that's a great turnaround. Not really able to narrow the points off turnovers too much. They did at least get a couple of stops off turnovers. So again, Bonner's below their basket per rate that they were in the first half, but and they were able to force 7 Bonner Springs turnovers in the second half, capitalize on them with 6 points. Again, if they again kind of want to have a little bit more production off of the turnovers, I think it definitely could have helped out a little bit.
Could have, and then just looking down here at the bottom, it does confirm. Bonner jumped on top, literally never looked back. No lead changes. Bonner on top the whole entire time. Largest lead of the night for Bonner was 22, and then their longest run, Bonner's longest run of the night, 13-3 run, and then for Tongie there in the fourth quarter, that was a 12-0 run. That got it down to 8 points, and that was about all she wrote. Just looking, just generic total field goal percentage for Bonner, 51% from the floor, 45% from 3-point range, compared to Tonganoxie, 41% from the field and only 22% from 3-point range. So again, Tongie being one of those teams, especially from beyond the arc, when they're hot, and when they're cold, well, obviously they're cold, and unfortunately tonight just not able to heat up enough.
Yeah,
so
Wilson, again, taking my experience, I've seen many a scratchy box score, able to kind of decipher. Wilson finished the night leading all scorers with 18 points. Zane Novotny finished with 13. Kyler Keatsman with 12 for Tongie. Bonner had 4 scores in double digits. Strite with 11. Trent Steinmack with 17. Jaden Young with 10. And Tavian Cruz with 12. Every single player on the Bonner roster scored. Jayon Noel. Again, that young man, small production, but perfect production. You had 3 shots from 3-point range, all of them good for 9 points. And again, really tenacious rebounder. I think the thing that stood out for me is first half he had one play where he kind of 5'7", he was able to kind of get up through a crowd, find the rebound, dribble down, dish off for a basket in transition, and again, just a tough night for Tongie. Yep. Have a short memory, turn around, come back Thursday, and take on a Metro Academy side that, again, looked okay. Again, not a lot of offensive production that first game. Although we were kind of worried there for a second that the first game was going to go to overtime.
Yeah.
As it the cliche, the final minute of that game took, it seemed like an eternity, and
should be a good game. And boys, following tonight, 69-56 at Bonner, they'll play Thursday at 4:30 against Metro Academy. We will be back live on the air tomorrow night, 7:30, as the Lady Chieftains will take on the Wamego Red Raiders. So that'll wrap it up for us tonight. On behalf of everybody at the Harris Media Services, our AD here at Tonganoxie High, Cody Witt, Principal Mark Farrar, I'm Dylan Funk, alongside my partner John Roskopf. We say good night, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by watching. And be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.